Today we fish with modern day fishing rods made out of fiberglass. And 12,000 years ago, this is what they used to catch fish. This simple contraption right here is just made up with a rope, rock, and a hook. So I recreated it and compared it to a modern fishing rod, all to answer the question, is ancient fishing gear as effective as the rods we use today? Let's see. So yeah, what I'm gonna be comparing is the casting distance, the strength, and the biggest fish I can catch. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and start out with the modern fishing rod. I live in present times, so I already know most of the stats. Like firstly, I can cast out a distance of 20 yards, and the strength, I have a 15-pound leader line on it. At exactly 10 o'clock, I'm gonna be sent 12,000 years back into the past. That means I got a little less than 2 hours to try to catch the biggest fish I can catch with the modern day fishing rod. And then once I'm sent to the past, I'm gonna have to do the same thing. Let's go to all in. Okay, so now it's time to just catch the biggest fish I can catch. And so far, the only thing I've been doing is catching a lot of seaweed. And I mean like a lot of seaweed. Y'all, I can't lie, it look like the seagrass gonna be a real problem today, so I might have to throw on the bobber. I didn't feel like changing my whole setup, so I gave it one more try. I forgot to have my roll mic on me, I almost messed it up. The reason I took it off, because my plan is to go chest deep. I wanted to set the camera underwater so that way I can see what kind of fish is swimming around. And it turned out to be none. This is the reason why I walked it out in the first place. It's because I knew if I just stood right there on the shoreline and tried to cast out, I would never get far enough to catch any kind of fish. Plus, I felt like if I cast it over the seaweed, then I can avoid it better. And after I did that, I started heading back to the shore because I was scared to be in that water. I left my rod holder in the car and I don't feel like going back to get it, so we just finna work with just sticking it in the sand. I'm gonna just make sure that my reel don't get in there. But I might eventually though, because I do have to get a bobber, because this seaweed is not gonna cut it. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to definitely go get a slip float. Yeah, the seaweed was really starting to get out of hand, so I just went ahead and got a slip float. I also went ahead and put on a bigger piece of bait. All right, this I set up. Let's go. So I went out there and I casted it just like I did last time before, right over the batch of seaweed. And I found out some good news. Low key, y'all seen the school of fish swimming by. So hopefully one of them, get my bait. I don't know if y'all can see the bobber, but it's all the way out there. After about 2 minutes, I realized something. Y'all think the bobber went underneath. Wait, I see something shiny. I think we brought something home. Okay, we got a little jack. Like I said, this is not a super big fish. The plan is to try to catch the biggest fish we can catch, so we're gonna keep it going. Oh, good morning. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Just trying to see if I can catch me a monster today. I just want a big fish. Yeah, that's all I'm planning for.
There's whiting, which are pompano, which are like so.
I can't lie, this old man was very cool, and he was giving me a bunch of tips while trying to keep me motivated.
You know the blue out there is crab. Stand on that point. There's some seaweed right in on the point. It look like Spanish mackerel walking on the bait.
It's out here, and I'm gonna work my way down there.
Good luck.
I appreciate that, man.
You have a great day.
You too. Yeah, now we back to the business at hand. I can't lie, it got so hot that I felt like I was finna pass out. I was really reconsidering this. I might have to go get me an umbrella in a minute. I can't lie. I was ready to escape the heat, so I went ahead and walked down the beach to see if I could hurry up and catch something. And I'm not talking the flu. Okay, y'all, this is the situation. We relocated. I moved down to the point where the old man had gave me, and now I'm finna take his advice. Hopefully we can bring home something giant before we go. I still got about 40 minutes left before it hits 10, and it's time for me to go. I don't really know if y'all can hear me, because I know when this get wet, it's down all smothered, but I just want y'all to know I am nervous. Like, I'm scared of sharks, I'm scared of jellyfish, I'm scared of all that, I'm scared of the ocean. Like, actually. But I kept dropping my GoPro under there anyway, so that way I can reassure myself that there's nothing down there. Yeah, I can't lie, I got that very far out there now. I'm proud of myself. I walked at least about 80 feet. Now that's dramatic. I walked at least about 50 feet and I was able to cast the extra, like, I don't even know how many feet, but we got it so far out there I could barely see it, so that's a good thing. And now we just count on something to bite. Pray for me. Yo, what's up, y'all? Y'all know me, I love to talk, so anytime somebody asks me, I'm finna definitely fill them in on how my day been going. And once I did that, I turned around and I noticed that my slip float sunk underneath, right as the couple asked me if I caught anything else. Oh, we got one. Look, y'all, we brought home a catfish. Now this way bigger than the blue runner we just caught, but we gotta keep going. I need something even bigger than this. Let's go. Run free. Okay, so I have a little less than 5 minutes to try to see if I can catch a fish bigger than anything else I caught for the day. And I was able to catch this catfish. I'm not sure how much it weighed, but if I had to guess, I'm just gonna put it in around 2 pounds. Okay, y'all, so here go the final stats with the modern fishing test. And now I'm free. It's time, y'all. Let's go. We now made it to 10,000 BCE. where it's time for me to see if I can survive primitive fishing. All right, y'all, so I made it out to the island. All I have is the tools that you seen in this picture, and I'm gonna show y'all right now. They had some iron hooks. I also got some rope, and then lastly, I got a rock, which will play as the sinker. So now all I have to do is figure out how to set it up. There's no tutorial on this because nobody ever did this before, so I'm gonna be the first, and I will figure it out, and we're gonna catch a fish, hopefully a giant. I'm gonna be so honest with y'all. What's going through my head is that this is finna be the easiest thing in the world, but I just realized I don't even know how to tie a knot properly. Like, actually, I didn't realize how bad this was. I gotta do something. So my plan right now is try to make the rock real gritty instead of smooth, so that way when I wrap the rope around it, it don't fall off. Low-key, that method worked and the rope wasn't sliding off anymore. And the last thing I did was slung it around just to confirm that it wouldn't come off. And I think I'm good. I ain't gonna lie, this look very crazy, but we gotta make it work. I have no knot tying skills. All right, y'all, I got it built. Only thing I have to do is figure out how to cast this thing now. Yes, sir, y'all. Now it's finally time for the first cast. I never seen anybody do this before, so I just assumed you would have to swing it. Here's how that went. That hurt it. I got rope burn. Oh, I feel so dumb. I feel dumb as hell. I'll be honest, I didn't think this through. For one, that hurt it, and two, I don't have a way to reel it back in besides pulling it. And I feel like every time I was casting it, it was just getting worse. I gotta set up some kind of method to where I know when I got a bite. I came up with the idea to stick a stick inside of the sand and then cut a little slit on the top so that way I can slide the rope onto it. Bait is getting real scarce. I gotta hurry up and make something shake. I gotta try to catch a pinfish or some kind of bait fish I can use so I can cut it up. Oh, yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. We making progress, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. So to measure the casting distance, we'll say about 8 yards. If that far, then I know I got a bite. That was a good cast though. I'm getting better. I'm just gonna make sure I'm putting my strength into it. That's where I was kind of lacking at. I'll be honest, y'all, I realized that the rock might be too heavy and it'll never pull the stick. And just to make things worse, the line was starting to tangle up whenever I pulled it back in. All right, let's try again. Y'all, the rope snapped. I don't know. I gotta figure something out. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna cast this out here. The rope really snapped on me. So we'll say for the strength test, it was about 5 ounces because that's how heavy the rock was. And speaking of rock, now I have to go get some more since I lost my other one to the water. I can see that there's a pile of rocks on the other side of this forest. So you know me, I'm not scared. I went to travel through it and I grabbed me a couple rocks to take back to base camp. For some reason, I was feeling like I was running out of time. So I hurried up and I started running back through the forest. And it's definitely not because I was scared and I thought I was gonna get bit by a snake. I made it out of there alive, thank God. All right, let's figure this out now. Okay, so I tested it again and I realized once I cast it that the water might be too shallow. And because of that, I had to change locations. This time, I'm finna pick up with saltwater fishing, but I'm not finna be in that location I was in last time, and that's only because the water too shallow. So I came to a different spot that's finna be way better. By the way, we still in 10,000 BCE, and I really don't have no plans to leave until I catch a fish. So let's go. So this place that I'm heading is supposed to be way better than where I was before. And not only that, the water looked cleaner, so I know I'll be less scared to walk. It ain't nothing like where I was before, where the water was shallow like the first 10 feet out. This get deep at like 5 feet. Like, this water don't play, so this is where we at with it. And by the way, I also upgraded the setup. I dropped the weight down to a 2-ounce rock, and then I added a size 1 hook. But we still using the same rope. And for bait, I decided to use some sand fleas. Yeah, I can't lie, it's so hot out here. Like, y'all can just see the sweat dripping down my face. All right, let's get right. This is the first cast. I'm gonna walk it out a little bit too. Okay, so this is my first time casting being out here, and I'm just hoping I don't make a fool out of myself. Oh, hell no. Let's see, we might be able to catch something right in the front. After I cast it, I just sat and watched the water to see if I was gonna catch anything. All right, hold this, we going deep. Since I didn't end up catching anything, I knew that I would have to go deeper. But once I got in the water, I saw a lot of jellyfish, and I was not trying to get stung, so I just started casting from the sand. And I also set up a pole, just like I did before. Hey, y'all, look at that. That's exactly why I'm not getting in the water. Oh my God, but it's fat jellyfish. No, I can't lie. If I get stung by one of those, I know it will be deadly. So right now, we just gonna stay on sand. Oh, y'all, it's signs of bites, bro. It got off. We're gonna put some more in there. I was starting to get some signs of bites, and I got excited and started casting out even further to see if I can actually reel one in. If you ask me, I was actually starting to get a little bit better at this. So I started throwing on some bigger pieces of bait and just was praying that I would catch a giant. I sat down and watched from a distance, just hoping to see that pole fall. While we waited for a bite, I want to tell y'all some facts about it. So this method was proven to be used in Israel. It turns out they had so much knowledge about fish back then as much as we do now. And they was actually super smart, and they knew a lot about fishes and how they move. They just understood a lot of different methods. Like, they knew way more than I thought they knew. It would make sense, because that's the only way we'll get this far now, is if we bounced off what they already discovered type. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is why I can't be smart. But let's go see if we caught a fish. Unfortunately, y'all, no fish was caught today. And I kept reeling it in and noticing that the thing was just knotting up too much. And I tried casting with the knots, and it just wasn't working. Y'all, I swear this gotta be one of the hardest things I ever tried to do in my life. I'm not even worried about trying to catch the biggest fish. I just want to catch a fish. I decided to give it a try a few more times because I don't like giving up easy. But so far, this is what the stats is looking like. Y'all, I hate to say it, but I'm officially done. This just ain't working at all. So I guess I'm heading home. Yeah, I guess the message of the day is just be grateful for how far you came. All right, Ancient Times, it was nice knowing you. I was sad I had to leave, but at the end of the day, can't nobody with me. I made it back to the present day. So to answer the question, is ancient fishing as efficient as modern fishing? That hurt it. No.